Computational Fluid Dynamics Tutorial, Flow past a cylinder. The following modeling tutorial example shows how CFD simulations easily and quickly can be defined and solved with the FEA tool Multiphysics Graphical User Interface. As a well-known benchmark and validation test case for incompressible fluid flows, this simulation models stationary laminar flow around a cylinder with a Reynolds number of 20. The computed pressure difference, drag, and lift coefficients for the cylinder will be compared against reference benchmark solutions. Click on the New Model button in the upper horizontal toolbar, or select New from the File menu, to clear all previous data and start defining a new model. In the New Model dialog box, click on the 2D Radio button in the Space Dimensions frame, and choose Navier-Stokes equations from the Physics drop-down list. Leave the space dimension-independent variable names to their default values. Finish and close the dialog box by clicking on the OK button. Geometry definition. To create a rectangle, first left-click on the Create Square button in the left-hand side toolbar frame. Click and hold the left mouse button anywhere in the main plot axis window, and move the mouse pointer to draw the object outlines. Release the button to create a solid geometry object. The rectangle should be modified to span from 0 to 2.2 in the x direction, and 0 to 0.41 in the y direction. Click on the rectangle to select and highlight it. Alternatively, click on R1 in the selection list box. Then click on the Inspect Geometry Object toolbar button. In the Edit Geometry Object dialog box, change the min and max coordinates to 0, 2.2, 0, and 0.41, respectively. To create a circle, first left-click on the Create Circle button in the left-hand side toolbar frame. Click and hold the left mouse button anywhere in the main plot axis window, and move the mouse pointer to draw the object outlines. Release the button to create a solid geometry object. Modify the ellipse to correspond to a circle with radius 0.05, centered at 0.20.2. Click on the ellipse to select and highlight it. Alternatively, click on E1 in the selection list box. Then click on the Inspect Geometry Object toolbar button. In the Edit Geometry Object dialog box, change the center coordinates to 0.20.2, and the x and y radius to 0.05. To subtract R1 from E1, click on and select the Geometry Object labels in the selection list box. Click on the Subtract Geometry Objects button, to subtract the smaller from the larger object. More complex geometry operations and formulas can be applied using the Combine Options selection in the Geometry menu. Grid generation. Press the Grid Mode button in the Mode toolbar to change from Geometry to Grid Generation mode. Set the target grid size by entering 0.02 in the Grid Size Edit field, above the Grid toolbar buttons. Or alternatively use the slider control. Then click on the Generate Grid button to call the automatic grid generation function. Equation settings. Press the Equation Mode button in the Mode toolbar to change from Grid Generation to Equation Specification mode. In the Equation Settings dialog box, set the density to 1, and viscosity to 0.001. Press OK to finish and close the dialog box. Boundary settings. Press the Boundary Mode button in the Mode toolbar to change from Equation Specification to Boundary Settings mode. The boundary conditions here include a parabolic laminar inflow profile, constant pressure outflow, and no slip wall conditions everywhere else. Note that very general expressions, such as the inflow profile, can be used everywhere by just entering the expressions as they are. In the Boundary Settings dialog box, select the outflow pressure boundary condition for boundary 2, and assign the boundary coefficient value 0. Select the inlet velocity boundary condition for boundary 4, and assign the following boundary coefficient values. Press OK to finish the boundary condition specification, and close the dialog box. Solve mode. Press the Solve mode button in the Mode toolbar to change from Boundary Settings to Solve mode. Press the toolbar button with an equals sign to call the default stationary solver. Post-processing. After the problem has been solved, FEA tool will automatically switch to post-processing mode, and display the computed solution. Click on the Post-Processing Settings toolbar button to open the corresponding dialog box. Activate the contour and arrow plot options by marking the corresponding checkboxes. Select Velocity field in the Surface Plot drop-down list. Select Pressure in the Contour Plot drop-down list. Select velocity field in the arrow plot drop-down list. Press OK to plot the selected post-processing expressions. The solution will be visualized as surface, contour, and arrow plots in the main plot axis window. From the visualization of the flow field, one can see that a recirculation zone is formed behind the cylinder, and that the flow returns to a steady laminar parabolic profile downstream. To evaluate the overall accuracy of the simulation, the pressure difference between the front and back of the cylinder, and drag and lift coefficients are computed, and compared to established benchmark reference values. To compute the pressure difference, select Point Line Evaluation from the Post menu. Select the pressure as the evaluation expression, and enter the following X and Y evaluation coordinates. Then press Apply to evaluate the pressure in the selected points. The computed pressure difference agrees well with the established benchmark reference value. To compute the drag and lift coefficients, select Boundary Integration from the Post menu. Select the boundary segments that define the cylinder. Enter the expression for the drag force into the Integration Expression Edit field, and press Apply to compute the result. The computed drag coefficient is in the same range as the established benchmark reference value. Change to the integration expression to that of the lift force, and again press Apply to compute the result. The smaller lift coefficient is more sensitive to compute, and differs more from the reference value. To further reduce the error, one can recompute the problem with a finer grid, or increase the solution space approximation by using higher order finite element shape functions.